welcome to another episode of Let's Fly. Today it's a little bit different, the setup, because I not do filming me in my home cockpit. It's just screen recording because I have installed Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Yes, I did it, and well, what can I say? I have to say I'm impressed, to be honest. The visuals are great, and as I can say from some flights, also the flight model looks good. But it has two disadvantages for me. The one is it doesn't have an SDK, so a lot of things like, for example, Air Manager are not working on my remote devices like Raspberries. And the second is the lack of multi-monitor support. So I could stretch the screen over my 4 monitors, but then I would get heavy distortions on the edges, and I don't like them. So that's the reason why it's only one screen, full HD recording. But the reason for making a video is Carenado has released its Mooney M20R, and so I went into the Microsoft Flight Simulator in App Store and bought it. And let's have a look. Yeah, it's the second aircraft from Carenado for Flight Simulator 2020. First was the 182, which got mixed reports or mixed reviews. I'm interested what they did in the Mooney. I haven't the 182, so the Mooney costs 30 euros and it comes in 4 different liveries. So while we have a look at the liveries, let's say something about the Mooney itself. It's a blue, another blue, a green and a red livery. Well, in my eyes, the Mooney is one of the most amazing and beautiful piston engine aircrafts that are available, but it has a turbulent story. The design dates back to 1955, and the basic shape, if you look at a Mooney when it's flying, is recognizable in the current versions. At that time, the tail section and the wings were a wooden construction, and since 1961 they made all metal aircraft. The Mooney is known as a very sleek aircraft that flies at high speeds with low fuel consumption, at least if you know how to handle it. And so they are quite popular, and there is a Mooney community of Mooney owners, and they are a big community. The current version is the Ovation Ultra and the Acclaim Ultra, and the Acclaim Ultra is one of the, if not the fastest piston aircraft with one engine in the world. It has a cruise speed of 242 knots. Well, some pilots tend to say Moonies don't fly that well because they're quite difficult to land. Others say, well, you have to stick to the speeds, and according to my experience with a Flight Simulator Moonies, it is correct, it is the speeds you have to stick to during landing. Gets back to the Carenado's version. It's the Mooney M20R, which is a 1990s version. Let's load the last livery. It was introduced, as I said, in 1994. It has the Continental IO550G engine. It is a 6-cylinder fuel-injected horizontal opposed air-cooled engine and has 300 horsepower. It has a traditional cockpit, steam gauges. Let's have a look into the cockpit. And you see it is traditionally steam gauged. I will then do a flight in Lima Oscar Whiskey Zulu, TLMC, which is one of the most beautiful airports, I think, in the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. It is payware. And now you see here the inside of the aircraft. The textures are good, but to be honest, not that good like on the outside. Yeah, here you see they're crisp, but outside textures are a little bit better, I think. And for my opinion, or in my opinion, I like those steam gauged aircraft. It comes with the standard 530 from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, but then it has a lot of custom instruments. So it's the KFC-150 autopilot, for example, which is quite traditional, popular for aircraft of this era. Then it has a KX-165 NAV2 and COM2 radio, a custom KR8780F, a custom BK KT76C transponder, and a custom KN64 DME. So that's some basic instruments, and of course, yes, it comes with the Carenado pads. I, for myself, don't like those very much, those pads, but this is my own opinion. But you see, you can switch a lot of static instruments on and off. Now here in the hangar we cannot do this, and you see here it is okay, but there could be a little bit more, I think. Yeah. The textures, traditionally like a Mooney, quite cozy. Also this instrument cluster, so it is good work like we know it from Carenado. But now let's have a look and jump into the aircraft at Celamc. Okay, here we are at Celamc, Lima Oscar Whiskey Zulu from Orbex. It is looking so fabulous, to be honest. And here our Mooney is on the runway 08. So let's jump into it. Engines are still running. And yeah, you see I can switch off the yoke. I could open the door. Yeah. There is no intercom function here. Flaps are set to 1, and I would say let's just try a pattern. Well, what is a little bit a problem with this aircraft? If I look to the left with the head switch, it looks back. If I look to the right, it looks on the left wing. So this is a little bit weird, and that makes it fly a little bit problematic. So let's have a look. Okay. I do not regard anything according altimeter and so on, just fly here. Full power. Airspeed is live. And now 50, 55, rotate. 67 is rotate, to be honest. Okay, I was a little bit early. Gear up. And now let's climb. And you see this aircraft climbs very fast. I should pick up more speed a little bit, but now you see it climbs so fast. It increases speed and has 1,000 feet per minute. So this is nothing special with this aircraft, because this is normal. This is so cool with this aircraft. The Mooney has so much power. That's the reason why I love it. The problem with it is, let's put the flaps up, that it has it is difficult to land. Let's see how we're doing. So make a right turn, and you see it climbs so gorgeous. Fly, fly, fly. Turn into the downwind. Oh, climbing a little bit too fast. Such a beautiful area here in Celamc. I like it so much. Okay, now we're right at the downwind, I think. Here we are. Yes, yeah. And it's a problem with when you can't switch the visuals, but to the left and to the right properly. So now we're at the left downwind. Here you see the airport and the lake. So you see a beautiful aircraft, really beautiful. Really beautiful, yeah. Okay, let's jump into the cockpit again. Okay, we're now have to level off and fly at this altitude. On the right side you will see the airport. Not very good currently, but okay. And now let's have a look how to trim it. Yeah, it's one click, second click. Yeah, it reacts. Okay, it's you need some. Yeah, no, but now it's flying perfectly. I think. Yeah, it's good. You know, in the simulator, trimming is always a little bit difficult. But compared to the X-Plane version, it has far more power. That's definitely something I have realized. It has far more power, and yeah, it's just, but it's just very nice, very nice. So let's have an outside view again. Here you see the airport. Here you see, well, yeah, that's really great. Now let's turn right. Let's try to land this aircraft. I will set flaps to 1. Oh, descends a little bit fast. No, that's no problem. I've climbed very fast, so need to keep that in mind, that I have to descend also very fast. And now I will try to line up on the runway 08. You see? Yeah, that's the gear warning. Let's lower the gear. Oh yeah, we're pretty fast, and that's the problem with this airplane. It doesn't slow down. Full flaps, and it doesn't slow down. But it could be okay when we're far too fast. No, no. We can't without the flaps and without the speed brakes, and I don't know where to. How I can switch them on. It will be quite difficult to land this aircraft. Okay, let's try it. Give it a try. It is the first time I fly it, and it is the first attempt, so maybe it will work. Don't see the airspeed indicator. Okay, a little bit too fast. We should be at 70. Okay, but let's try. Ooh. Okay, it worked. Well, yes, to be honest. Ooh, do we manage it? Into the grass and into the fence. No, we've managed not to hit the fence. Well, that was no good landing, to be honest. I need to get now how to set all these controls for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I haven't done a lot of it. I've done a lot with it, but that's my first conclusion, and that's where I want to sum up this short review. And I haven't tried the autopilot, but I think it will also work. It's fully IFR possible to fly this aircraft. In my opinion, it is a good rendition of the Mooney M20R. It is a fast aircraft, it is a touring aircraft, but it is so beautiful. Here you see it is so beautiful, and it is not easy to land. Maybe if I had more time to play around with it. So it's definitely no aircraft for the beginner, but it is really powerful. Let's retract the flaps, and I like it. I don't know if I like this livery because it is the current version and it is the current livery of the aircraft. But okay. The sound, I haven't talked about the sound. If you listen to the sound, it's great. Yeah, it's cool. That's cool. The sound is really great. And besides of this a little bit messed up landing, I think it is a good aircraft. It is worth its price. To be honest, I would suggest some changes to the initial setup of the views, because that the left view is a backwards view and the right view is a view to the left is a little bit confusing, but okay. But besides this, I think it is a nice aircraft. Maybe it needs some. It will need some new patch for those things, but I think it is okay. And if we look at it here, I switch to the outside view. Well, it is beautifully modeled. To be honest, it is beautifully modeled. Well, okay, this was a report with some hard or late landing. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, give me a thumb up. If you've got any comments, please post them in the comment section below. I hope you have a nice day. Wish you a pleasant day and happy landings.